welcome to the prep sessions, and in this video we will learn a new sound, ka. To play the ka, it's a little tricky in the beginning, but I will help you with a lot of ideas and techniques which will make it easy for you. First, let's understand the pattern of the song, and this is how it goes. Now, can you see I've used one new sound with the left hand? And that sound is the ka. Before we understand the pattern on the tabs, let me help you with the technique of playing ka step by step so that it will be really easy for you to play. Let's begin. Place your elbow on the foot of the drum comfortably enough to hold it firmly. After that, you place your palm on the tuning ring and then rest your fingers on the head. Now let me tell you something. This is the tuning ring, this section, this entire portion is the tuning ring, and this is the head. You have to play on the head, okay, not on the tuning ring. The tuning ring sounds this way, the head sounds this way, okay. You have to get this sound and not this sound. Next, with the first section of your ring finger, you will have to play on the edge of the drum, okay, edge of this head. First step is to place your palm on the tuning ring and then get used to this motion. You'll have to just lift your arm. Okay, try this with me. Okay, just place it this way in a comfortable position and then just lift it. Okay, just lift it. Step 2 is to get this motion with your ring finger. Right? All you have to do is just take this and hit on the drum. Don't worry too much about the sound in the beginning. Just get the motion right. Okay, try this, and if it is too difficult for you or if it is too challenging for you, take it slowly, take it slow. Okay, don't worry too much about the sound again. Right, try this with me. Good. So once you're comfortable doing it this slowly, just speed it up a little. I know it will be a little challenging in the beginning because we never really do anything with this finger. So just keep practicing and you'll get it. This is the final step for this technique, and it's a little tricky, but I'm sure you'll get it. Remember the first step that I showed to you where you lift your palm this way? Now that is your final step 2, but we have to incorporate this motion into this motion, right? So what happens is you lift your palm, you strike the drum, you just flick it this way, and that is where your lifting the palm motion happens, right? So you do this, hit it and you lift it, hit it and lift it. Try it with me now. Okay, lift your palm, strike the drum and flick it. Okay, lift your palm, strike the drum and lift it or flick it. Okay, now let's try this slowly 2 more times, and then we'll try and get the sound out of it. Okay, once, hit it, flick it, lift it, hit it, flick it. Okay, now let's try with the sound. Don't worry too much about the sound. Okay, just get this motion right first. Okay, all you're doing is you're coming in at force, hitting and flicking it. Okay, now the sound will not be too loud if you don't lift your arm off the drum. Okay, now the entire point of lifting the arm, not the elbow, it's just the arm, right? Lift the arm and get this motion. That's where you get the loudest sound. Nice and cracking, right? That. Initially you may not get this sound and it might feel like a challenge, but just keep practicing it and I'm sure you'll get it. Give it a week's time. Give yourself a week to get used to this motion. Okay, and I'm sure you'll get it. Now let's learn the pattern on the tab. As you can see on the tab, we have the doom on the 1, On the and of 1 we have the tech, on the 2 we have a pause, on the and of 2 we have the tech, on the 3 we have the doom, and on the and of 3 now we have the car. On 4 we have the tech, and on the and of 4 we have a pause. Now let's do the addition method, and because there's a new sound car, let's take it a little slower than what we usually do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Wonderful. Now let's add the and of 1, the tech. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Wonderful. Now on the 2 we have a pause. With me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Great. What do we have on the and of 2? Tech. Let's do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What do we have on the 3? We have the doom. Let's do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now this is where the car comes. Alright, take it slowly. We'll do it slower than what we just did, and don't worry too much about the sound. Let's do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, at this point, if you find playing the car a little challenging, I suggest you practice this pattern over and over again till you're comfortable enough. Let's move on. What do we have on the 4? We have the tech. Let's do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now on the and of 4 we have a pause. Let's get this done. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Great. Now that you've done everything, let's put this together and let's speed it up a little, just a little, to see how it sounds. With me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Great! I suggest you to keep practicing till you get comfortable with playing the car. Again, don't worry too much about the sound, but get the motion right. You will eventually get the sound right, but keep practicing. Okay? That's about it from the prep sessions. Let's see you in the song section and understand what your next song is.